Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome to episode 126 of CWR. This is Asylum, and we're coming to you tonight from Louisville, Kentucky. And this is the last Asylum of the year, ladies and gentlemen, the very last one. We're leading into the Asylum only pay-per-view Apocalypse coming this Sunday. And our opening contest this evening is a one-on-one match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Scott Dawson. He is one half of the CWR World Tag Team Champions. Representing the Revival, it's Dash Wilder. And originally at Apocalypse, the Revival was set to defend those titles against the Wyatt family, but recently the Wyatt family have found themselves, well, decimated is the answer. Between Bray Wyatt's and Brock Lesnar's feud, we've seen a turn of sorts. Braun Strowman went to the other side, and because of that, the Wyatt family, well, let's put it this way, Eric Rowan is now not able to compete for the title. So the second team that General Manager Edge could come up with are the team that have taken the Asylum by storm recently. Introducing his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, representing HLRKO, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. This partnership started back at Survivor Series. These two men saw a common ground, a common chance for them. They believe that they haven't had much success in singles competition, but if they joined forces, there was nothing that could stop them, and they've proven that so far. Their opportunity comes in just 6 days, or should I say 5 days in fact, at Apocalypse. And you can see John Cena there out here to support his teammate this evening. This is the last stand for HLRKO and the Revival at Apocalypse. The belts are on the line tonight. It's about building that little bit of momentum going in towards the pay-per-view. You see these two men now ready to square off. It's been a tumultuous time for the tag team championships, and look at this, Randy Orton, one big clothesline out the gate and is already feeling a little too confident. Dash Wilder to take advantage of that. Now, the interesting thing about this match here is that despite the fact this is a tag team scenario, these two teams will compete for the titles at the pay-per-view. Ordinarily, Randy Orton is a single star. He's come together with John Cena to form a tag team, whereas Dash Wilder is a tag team competitor. He doesn't have much experience in singles competition at all, and in fact I think this may be his first singles match here in the Revolution. So this obviously favours Orton from the get-go, but you're going to know that despite the fact that Scott Dawson is on the floor, tag team work is going to come into play from these two. That's what they know how to do, and that's how they're going to go about things. And now Dash Wilder taking advantage of Randy Orton. But Orton is just not going to lie down and take it. But Wilder holding it right now. And Orton there, you can see, slipped out of the ropes. Slipped under the bottom rope, out of the ring. Scott Dawson was right on him though. Didn't actually get involved and saved himself the effort. Randy Orton running straight past him, but getting distracted just temporarily allowed Dash Wilder to get right back into this thing. The tag team division is starting to blossom here on Asylum. You can see Dawson now getting involved. Randy Orton stepping out of harm's way, not allowing himself into the trap. But Scott Dawson's still able to take advantage. We're seeing a lot of new teams spring up. Teams that we didn't have last year. Now that there are 2 tag team championships available in the Revolution. Last year, of course, we only had the one. With the brand extension this year, 2 tag teams championships have become available. There has been less competition within the tag team realms, and we're seeing people come together with the hope of exploiting that hole in the tag team division. Randy Orton and John Cena are just one example of those men. You know, the other tag teams on Asylum, guys like the Dudley Boys, guys like New Day, are going to be watching this very, very closely, trying to see who comes out on top, try and arrange their strategies to get themselves into position. In fact, we saw Randy Orton and John Cena take on the New Day not too long ago. It's Dash Wilder who goes for the first cover of this matchup though. There's a 1 count. Randy Orton easily kicks out at 1.5. And Dash and Dawson can't exactly be particularly happy with the change. They've been preparing for the Wyatt family for weeks. They've beaten the Wyatt family in the past. It's how they won the tag team titles in the first place. And now suddenly the switch has come to HLRKO due to Braun Strowman switching sides and just destroying the competition. Eric Rowan out with an injury at this moment. Now look at Dash. Dash is down on the floor, but Scott Dawson has distracted Randy Orton, giving Dash Wilder a moment, and this is exactly what I meant. There is going to be some tag team elements from the Revival tonight, because that's how they know what to do. That's their style. And look at Scott Dawson there as Dash Wilder hits the suplex from the outside in. Here's the cover from Dash. Randy Orton kicks out 2.5, and you can see the strategy here from Dash Wilder. He put his body on that chair to just make sure the referee didn't see it, and there Dash Wilder taking advantage of it now as Scott Dawson causes a distraction. This is exactly what I said was going to happen, and it is what has happened. And John Cena there, you can see him just kind of a little anxious on the outside, waiting for Orton to come back into this thing, and there Orton does. And he can't be looking for it already. He can't be looking for it already. No, he's not. He's going to send Dash Wilder to the outside, pulls him through. Just hangs him there for a moment. Classic Randy Orton with that DDT. But once again, look at Dawson distracting the referee, not allowing Orton to make the cover, but Orton isn't done yet. The Viper strikes with the RKO. And this is game. No, it's not. Dawson once again causing the distraction. Now look at the referee, Scott Dawson. Dawson has been ejected from ringside. The referee is telling Scott Dawson to get out of there. Here's a cover from Dash though. Randy Orton just got pinned. What happened there? It looked like it was about to turn in the favour of HLRKO, of Randy Orton. Scott Dawson got himself ejected from ringside. And in all that fiasco, Dash Wilder went for a cover, and then suddenly Orton couldn't get up. I don't believe that just I'm lost for words. I really am. I can't believe that just happened. You can see there's that superplex. Randy Orton did land on the chair. I didn't think he did. The shoulder did land on the chair. Dash covering the chair. I thought it was more effective than that, to be fair. He only had his leg on it. Bad call from me there, I think. You can see Dawson distracting the referee in this replay. Look at Randy Orton here going for the RKO. Strikes, hits it to perfection as Randy Orton can. Goes for a cover to end this match. The referee looks to go for the count, but instead gets distracted by Scott Dawson. Honestly, we need better referees around here. But what happened here, though? There was a big clothesline from Dash Wilder there as Scott Dawson was being ejected from ringside. Dash went for the cover. The referee turned to see it. There's one. There's two. Randy Orton just... He didn't... I can't believe that, but it happened, and here is your winner, Dash Wilder. He just pinned the Viper. I'm honestly shocked at what just happened. Honestly, completely shocked. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm hearing word that there is a situation developing backstage. We don't have time to dwell on this right now. We need to get a cameraman back there. What is going on backstage? It's a Miz and Apollo Crews in the locker room. These two have been fighting tooth and nail over the Hardcore Championship for months now. It looks like it's being taken to a new level. Look at Miz. What is Miz? Looks like he's destroying Apollo Crews. Miz wants that championship back, but Apollo is not going to take this lying down. I'm sorry, this is just a night of shocking moments already. We've just had that absolutely stunning result in our opening contest. We cut back and just see this. Miz and Apollo Crews just destroying each other in the backstage area. Look at this, Apollo Crews powerbomb, and that is a concrete floor, ladies and gentlemen. There is absolutely no giving that. Miz just smashed into it, but Miz continues to fight back, and Apollo finds himself driven into the lockers. This is insane right now. What is Crews fighting back? He's not going to allow Miz to just take advantage of him. Once again, Miz driven into the floor. We've had no official announcement about a rematch for these men, but we've got to settle this somehow. Look at Miz just fighting back, sending Apollo back into the locker room. Just strike after strike after strike from the Miz, but Apollo sends an elbow into the face of the Miz. What's Crews got in mind here? He's not going to go for a stalling suplex. Showing off just a little bit here is Apollo Crews. Drives Miz down onto that trash can. We have to settle this. You got to know the general manager, if he hasn't seen this already, is going to see it soon and will make the decision to allow these two to put this to rest once and for all. You just know he will. Miz has Crews up now. What? Oh no, he's not going to do it. He is onto the concrete. Skull crushing finale. Miz just for a little bit of extra emphasis. That steel briefcase. Oh my god, he just clocked Apollo across the face. Apollo Crews is down. And Miz is out of there. No, it looked like he was going to head away from Crews, but Miz is done. He's out of there. Miz walks away. Well, we're going to come back to the action now. Miz has left. We'll keep you updated on any situation that develops because of that match, but I guess that fight, should I say, but we have to move on to our main event this evening, and this is a fatal 4-way match scheduled for one fall. Introducing the participants. First, from Kyoto, Japan, he is the King of Strong Style and the CWR Patriot Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. In 5 nights, Nakamura will put that title on the line against Cesaro in a one-on-one competition. Nakamura has been dominant as anything since the beginning of this season. In fact, he's been dominant as anything full stop as Shinsuke Nakamura, the former world heavyweight champion, the man who only realistically lost that belt due to Bray Wyatt. Nakamura has seen very few pinfalls against his name since joining the Revolution back in April. Tonight, the King of Strong Style looks to make another impact in this fatal 4-way. Crowd right behind Nakamura. The first person to put the Japanese rising sun on the Patriot Championship. It hasn't been done in the women's division yet. He looks to keep the title in the hands of Japan at Apocalypse. His opponents this evening, first from Maryville, Quebec, Canada. He is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Kevin Owens. In 5 nights, for the very first time, Kevin Owens will step inside Hell in a Cell here in the Revolution. This feud between him and Dolph Ziggler comes to a head at Apocalypse. Hell in a Cell. That match is going to be out of this world, and only 5 nights away from the biggest opportunity he's had yet. KO has to compete in this match. Whoever wins this match, the momentum they will build towards Apocalypse is insane. Everybody going to be looking for that advantage tonight. Next, from Lucerne, Switzerland, the King of Swing and the #1 contender to the CWR Patriot Championship, Cesaro. He convinced Shinsuke to give him a shot. Shinsuke Nakamura was only too happy to oblige. But tonight, Cesaro is the one who's looking for the momentum boost. Looking to claim his very first championship here in the Revolution is Cesaro. Nakamura is not an easy opponent at all. But if anyone can do it, it's the King of Swing, the Swiss Superman himself, Cesaro. And finally, coming to us by way of Hollywood, Florida, he is the CWR World Heavyweight Champion, the show-off, the Beast Slayer, Dolph Ziggler. He won that title in the last show of Season 1 in Exodus. He defended that championship against John Cena in the very first show back this season, and he retained it against Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho at Survivor Series. Now in 5 nights, he knows he steps inside Hell in a Cell. It was his idea. After Kevin Owens won the #1 contendership back, Ziggler decided to rack it up a notch and stick them inside Hell in a Cell. But tonight, it's not about titles, it's about bragging rights. And here we go! Now, strangely, Ziggler went straight after Nakamura there. You would have thought Ziggler would want to go after Kevin Owens. KO's taking it to the outside. You've got to... In fact, no, you don't, because this, I believe, is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Therefore, you don't actually have to be in the ring to win this thing. That could make it very interesting for all involved. Cesaro and Kevin Owens still going after it. Ziggler and Nakamura doing the same. Alright, now it's the King of Strong Style and Kevin Owens who are in control. Ziggler coming right back into this thing as well, though. Cesaro ditched to the outside by KO, and it's Owens left inside the ring right now. It looks like Kevin Owens has finally turned his attention to Dolph Ziggler. Cesaro, though, not going to let that slide. He's just going to keep on. And this is what we expected to see. I'm very surprised we didn't see it straight from the outset. The two groups of men that will fight at Apocalypse. Nakamura and Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, and it's like Owens is the first one to reach under the ring for a weapon, but Nakamura is not going to allow him to gain that advantage. And that drop kick just spun spun KO around, allowing Nakamura to deliver the German. He's trying to keep up with the action in this matchup. Obviously, this is fast-paced. This is high energy, high action, high impact wrestling. Nobody wants to get hurt now. It would be the worst possible time. All they have to do realistically is get through Apocalypse, and then they all have a chance to sort of recover, as it were. Apocalypse is the last show of 2016, coming this Sunday, December 18th. It is the last show of the year. We'll be back, of course, on January 1st with the Revolt exclusive pay-per-view Genesis. Right now, Kevin Owens getting a little too confident, and Dolph Ziggler sees it and is going to go right after him. These two looking to settle this once and for all. Did you see that? And look at the cover here on the outside, and it is Cesaro was going for the cover on Nakamura. Dolph Ziggler broke it up. This thing is just breaking down into chaos, but what would you expect in a match of this caliber? Just Kevin Owens going to town with that sledgehammer, not caring who he hits. And he has literally taken out everyone with it. There's a Michinoku from Kevin Owens, who goes immediately for the cover, but Shinsuke Nakamura delivers one of those massive kicks. But Kevin Owens fights back with a big clothesline. Cesaro went for that spinning uppercut. Kevin Owens was able to sidestep it. Good Cesaro now. He's double underhooking now, using his strength as advantage, dropping KO. We've got another cover here in this matchup. Cesaro's the one going for it. Kevin Owens barely kicks out. You can see Dolph Ziggler down there as well has also got a cover in place. Could get a better camera angle, couldn't we? I mean, this is kind of hard to keep up with down there, but whatever. It's just nuts. Nobody's really picking a target and staying with it. They're all going after each other. I mean, I know that's kind of the point of a Fatal 4-Way, but usually, you know, somebody just kind of picks a target and just stays with it and then tries to take advantage of any opportunities presented. These guys just don't seem to care. They all have something to prove tonight. Big clothesline there from Dolph Ziggler on the outside. Nakamura looked like he was going to go for a big kick on the inside, and Kevin Owens takes advantage. Goes on a Boston Crab, trying to take Shinsuke Nakamura's kicks out of the equation, and that's probably the smartest thing you could possibly do. And there's the neck breaker from Nakamura, and Dolph Ziggler delivering elbow drop number 10 on the outside. Pace is slowed right down here. Ziggler continuing to wear away Cesaro, as Nakamura continues to turn the pressure on KO. And Cesaro broke free, managed to make it back into the ring. He did turn his attention to Nakamura for a second, but Dolph Ziggler following him right in the ring took Cesaro's attention away. They're back on the outside now. KO and Nakamura. I mean, this could be big for Kevin Owens if he can pin Shinsuke Nakamura. On the same token, it could be big for Nakamura or Cesaro. Never mind, pop-up powerbomb. We've got to cover on the outside first, and that's where the referee has gone first. He's now back in the ring, but it took just too long. Steel chair from Dolph Ziggler to the back of Cesaro. Kevin Owens looked like he'd won that then with the pop-up powerbomb, the very move that ended up costing Nakamura the World Heavyweight Championship back at the Royal Rumble. That springboard from KO there. Nakamura is down and Nakamura is out. So that's the thing, that one of these matches it can just turn in the blink of an eye. Pop-up powerbomb just connected, and Cesaro, should I say Nakamura, was done. But luckily for him, the referee had already seen a cover on the outside and went to that one first. Now what's going on there? Nakamura laying in wait, Dolph Ziggler laying in wait, not really breaking up the pinfall there. I can't see why. Zigzag! Here's the cover on Shinsuke Nakamura. Kevin Owens looking to break it up. There it is. Ziggler now whipped back into the ring by Kevin Owens. Owens had turned his attention to Ziggler, but Cesaro takes that attention away. off the front of the table there, and we're taking this thing outside again. Every few seconds they turn their attention away from the person they are fighting, keeping an eye on the others. And I mean, that's probably a good strategy, realistically. You know, you don't want to give them an opportunity. You know, you don't want somebody to take the advantage and strike you from behind. Now Nakamura back inside the ring, taking a few rights and a kick from Kevin Owens. KO now taking it to Nakamura as Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler continue to battle back and forth on the outside. KO sees Cesaro, goes right after him. Cesaro's going up top, but that was a dangerous move, and there he goes, trips. Well, should I say Kevin Owens tripped him up. Cesaro falls to the outside, back to his feet very, very quickly as the Swiss Superman, and that's kind of what you would expect. The Engine's going to lay down and take it to Cesaro. Kevin Owens just watching on with interest now as Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler continue to beat each other up. Nakamura back in the ring behind Owens, but Owens is prepared. Never mind. Nakamura with those big strikes, but Kevin Owens has something left in the tank. And there's the pump handle net breaker from Kevin Owens. Nakamura in trouble. No, he's not. He kicks out. Cesaro has now got the cover on Ziggler. The referee is taking his time to get out there. 2. Ziggler still kicks out. Realistically, I think we should have 2 referees in that match, don't you? Famous there from Dolph Ziggler. And KO turns his attention to the show off. But Dolph Ziggler is the one who ends up on top. The referee now running out of the ring. And again, just taking a bit too long, really, isn't it? There's 1, 2, 3. Nope. Kevin Owens manages to get the shoulders up. And it's the last thing either of those two want. Now, you know, Nakamura and Cesaro, their match is based on the fact that one is champion, one feels he's earned the spot, and there's a bit of a mutual respect between those two. You don't have that with Owens and Ziggler. They despise each other. They just want to destroy each other inside the cell in 5 nights, and this could be an early way to get an advantage. Zigzag! We're going to see a quick replay of that now. Zigzag just drives Kevin Owens' head into the floor. Those mats not providing a lot of protection. But I do believe, we didn't see it in the replay, but I do believe that Cesaro hit a pop-up uppercut on Nakamura at the same time, and now nothing's happening. What an interesting situation that was there. Both Cesaro and Ziggler could have realistically gone for covers at that point, but neither did. I can't explain that one away. That's an interesting moment, to say the least. But now Dolph Ziggler has turned his attention to Cesaro, back to Nakamura. KO seems to have, yes, KO has singled out Cesaro. And now on the outside we've got Ziggler going for those multiple, should I say, elbow drops. We've just seen Kevin Owens drive Cesaro's head into the ground with that package pile driver. Look at it now, just sickeningly. Cesaro stacked up on his own neck. Kevin Owens goes for the cover. Where's the referee? Ziggler still delivering those elbows. I don't think Ziggler's noticed. Here comes the referee. There's 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens has pinned Cesaro. Now, I'm still kind of in a little bit of awe about what happened at the end there. It looked like both Cesaro and Ziggler would have had an opportunity to pin their respective opponents in 5 nights, but neither one of them took it. It's been a night of shockers. It really has. We saw an absolutely outstanding upset in the opening contest as Dash Wilder pinned Randy Orton seemingly out of nowhere. We had that fight between Miz and Apollo Crews, and now this, just what a night, and this is what's going on, and this is the situation of Asylum right now, is you just never know what is going to happen next. And here is your winner this evening, the #1 contender, to the World Heavyweight Championship, Kevin Owens. You see the cover here in this replay. Dolph Ziggler was delivering the elbows to Nakamura, just didn't see the cover happening. KO wins this one, and what a momentum builder. In 5 nights, Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler will step inside Hell in a Cell with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. But ladies and gentlemen, that was the last Asylum of 2016. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe for more Championship Wrestling Revolution 4 days a week when we return in January. Until then, take care and keep it sweet.